Hi. So I want to add on a little bit about the variable naming particularly. As you saw earlier, I had named my variables things like duck underscore age, or maybe is duck cool, right? Now, as you can see, I didn't use a space when I did duck age. You can't do duck age equals 5. That is not going to work. If you see, we have an error. Another thing you can't do is put a number in the front. So if I did something like this, still doesn't work. There's also special characters you're not allowed to use when you're naming it. So this is wrong anyway, but if I did like this, right? Can't do that. Can't use asterisk or an at symbol or a dollar sign or a question mark. These are all symbols you're not allowed to use because they will give you an error. Um, Another thing I don't suggest doing is capitalizing your first letter in your variable because there is something else. Like usually you capitalize the first letter of something else rather than this. Like there's another concept I'll teach you. So in classes usually they capitalize the first letter, but in variables you just leave it usually lowercase. Or if you want, you can do like that. This is fine. If you change the case of something other than the first letter, that's fine. Even if you did have it capitalized, like your first letter was capitalized, you won't get an error, but once you start getting more into coding, there is something else that you usually put an uppercase letter for at the front. So just to avoid that chance of errors, you might want to stay away from doing that. Um, One more thing you can't do in your variable name is you can't name it something that is generally used for a command. So you can't name it like if equals 5 or elif equals 5 or true equals 5. Like true can't be the name of a variable. If you had it lowercase though, that's fine. And one more thing to clarify is case matters even when you're naming your variables. So quack equals 5 versus quack. Let's say um, quack equals 5. These are referred to as two different variables. So if I did print quack versus print quack, right? Now you see two different numbers. The case of your variable does matter as well. So yeah, those are just some of the general rules that you follow when you're naming your variables.